Kevin Hart has been in the media for a hot minute, ever since Katt Williams put him on blast during his time at the Club Shay Shay. In his interview, he claimed that Kevin is an industry plant who has been faking his way through the industry by rubbing shoulders with the powerful people in the industry. Well, Monique is kind of backing Katt up on that, claiming that even though she and Kevin used to be friends, he threw her under the bus after she got blackballed by Oprah and Tyler Perry. She claimed that Kevin promised to stick with her and be a good friend, only for him to throw her under the bus, ghost her, and then start hanging out with her mortal enemy Tyler Perry and cozying up to him. Y'all, that interview was long and wild, and Monique did not come to play against the Kevin Hart because she even brought some evidence to support her claim. Y'all better get in on this drama because it is over about a month, but the things that Katt Williams said in his interview on Club Shay Shay are already being proven by a lot of people in the industry, and that just tells us that Katt was not lying during his interview. I mean, nobody really thought that he was lying because Katt is something of a truth teller in the industry, and he has a history of exposing it. Now, Katt has a lot to say about a lot of artists in the industry, especially comedians, but one person that he really dug into was Kevin Hart. Listen, Katt went in hard on Kevin, and it got really messy. Katt and Kevin had been on the outs for a hot minute, and it all started a couple years ago when Kevin wore a dress on SNL.
Key homonym.
This, of course, translates from the Latin to who demand,
Ego sum homonym.
which means I'm demand. And the arms are back up for another victory lap.
Katt has always been open about how he hates the idea of black men in the industry being forced to wear dresses because he finds it emasculating. He thinks that it's the industry's way of trying to control black men and break them down. So when he had an interview after Kevin's SNL performance, he was asked about it. However, Katt had nothing bad to say about Kevin then, and instead chose to focus his energy on the industry instead. He said that he wasn't going to blame Kevin because it had become a long old tradition for black males in the industry to cosplay with women's clothing, all in a bid to become famous and extremely successful.
I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
But in that same interview, he also revealed how his career had been held back by him spilling tea. For obvious reasons, the powerful people in the industry did not like that Katt was spilling tea on them. And according to Katt, they chose to make him pay for it by keeping his career down and preventing him from hitting it big in the industry.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Now, in that interview, Katt did not insult Kevin or shade him in any way. Instead, he acknowledged that Kevin was just doing what he needed to do to survive in an industry as brutal as Hollywood. But Kevin took this as the wrong way and put Katt on blast. In an interview that he did on The Breakfast Club, he accused Katt of lying, claiming that Katt is an addict who can't stay clean, and that's why his career never really blew up. But the rumor mill had it that Katt was addicted to drugs, and this gave Kevin a short advantage over Katt as he blasted him by saying that Katt was a drug addict whose entire career was ruined. He also said that Katt's failures in the industry were his fault, but Katt refused to accept the blame and instead pushed it on everybody else. Now, have y'all ever clocked how the industry is always quick to say that those who expose secrets are crazy or on drugs? Well, we've seen it happen to so many truth tellers, including Kanye, Dave Chappelle, and Katt. But anyways, that was the beginning of the drama for Katt and Kevin. And one thing about Kevin he probably forgot about when it comes to Katt is that he has a very long memory, and he knows how to hold on to a grudge, because he had a whole bunch to say about Kevin. While he was on Club Shay Shay, Katt dragged Kevin for filth, hinting that he sold himself to the higher-ups for fame and power in the industry. He pointed again at how Kevin had been bowing to the wishes and desires of Hollywood elites by allowing himself to be humiliated in exchange for success, hinting that the dress could be some sort of humiliation ritual for Kevin. But he didn't stop there, because he also claimed that Kevin's sold-out shows were staged because Kevin has never sold out out a show, but he hides behind smokes and mirrors and gives the illusion of a successful comedian. But Katt didn't stop there because he dragged Kevin, saying that he is an industry plant who has had a suspicious rise to fame. He also pointed out how Kevin rose to fame immediately after entering Hollywood and never had organic growth. Katt even clowned Kevin for taking his leftovers, saying that most of the roles that Kevin got were roles that were first offered to him, but he had to turn them down because they involved some sort of humiliation, like asking him to put on. Well, Katt also highlighted instances where Kevin allegedly compromised his standards, like the time he gave into wearing a dress after swearing never to do Juicy part. Well, it looks like now Monique is taking over right where Katt stops, because she is now also exposing Kevin as a two-faced snake, claiming that he betrayed her after she got blackballed by Oprah and Tyler Perry. So let's dive into this whole Monique situation because it's wild. Back in 2009, let Monique tell it, she got blackballed by Oprah and Tyler Perry because they tried to force her to work for free and she refused. After she worked on the movie Precious, Oprah and Tyler asked her to go on a press run to promote the movie, even though she had completed her contractual duties. But then Oprah and Tyler refused to pay her for it. Even worse, they asked her to go overseas and pay for it out of pocket. You know, travel, hotels, all that stuff. And the worst part was that they underpaid her for the movie to start with, because she only got paid $50,000. And that was before taxes, agents cuts, manager fees, union taxes, and all that stuff. So in reality, her fees were closer to about $10,000 or even less. So paying someone that little and then trying to make them pay for a press run out of pocket is nothing short of ridiculous. And Monique put her foot down, as she should. But this allegedly made Oprah and Tyler mad, and they decided to get her blackballed from the industry. Now here's the thing most folks overlook when they're talking about Monique being blackballed and done dirty by the industry. It wasn't just Oprah in the mix. Tyler Perry had his fingers in the pie too. Between the two of them, they basically gave Monique the cold shoulder and ruined her career. Because when word got out that Monique wasn't playing by their rules, it sent shockwaves through the industry. Suddenly, nobody wanted to touch her with a 10-foot pole. It was like she had this invisible do not hire sign plastered on her forehead. And let me tell y'all, the blackballing stuff, it's no joke. It's like a domino effect. One big shot decides to give you a silent treatment, and before you know it, everybody else follows suit. People were too scared to even consider working with Monique, fearing they'd end up on Tyler and Oprah's blacklist too. But according to Monique, Kevin actually went out of his way to act like he was going to be a real friend and stick beside her. According to an insider, Kevin did try to hash things out with Tyler Perry over the phone, as he promised, but somewhere in the middle of that combo, he did a complete 180 and decided to throw Monique under the bus. Why? Well, it looked like he was worried about messing up his rapport with Tyler Perry. He knew deep down that Monique was in the clear and that she was right to stand up for herself, but fear must have got the best of him, and he sold her out, allegedly. And you want to know what's even more messed up? He couldn't even man up and face her. No, he instead had his manager drop the bomb like some cowardly messenger, and when Monique tried to reach out again, he ghosted her after calling her auntie and sister. Y'all, but wait, it gets juicier. Monique isn't just making baseless claims here. Oh no, she came with receipts. She's saying she has audio proof of Tyler saying that he was in the wrong, and audio of Kevin Hart and Kevin, and they left comments saying, "I had to pause the show for a minute. My heart aches for how they treated Monique, Tyler Perry, Oprah, even Kevin Hart. Snakes. I mean, I knew this, but to hear the details, wow." If Kevin Hart had this problem with Monique, he should have just said that to her and that he's done with her, not promised to call her to sort it out and then ghost her. And this other person defended Kevin and made some solid points, saying Monique got blackballed. Kevin Hart was helping her out, and then all of a sudden he ghosted. That's some sucker-ish if it's true, but they definitely threatened his career if he worked with her. But what do y'all think about this? Is Kevin really in the wrong? I mean, he did try at the beginning, but the ghosting thing, do you believe what Monique said, or do you think she's just playing victim? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then check out this next video.